What's going on YouTube? This is ParkerLad88 coming at you with another video, and in this video guys, I've got another character breakdown for you, this time featuring RJ. Similar to my other character breakdowns, we're going to be running through the move list, doing some combos, and then I'm going to talk about a game plan for RJ. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, let's go ahead and start talking about mobility. As you can see, RJ actually has a proper forward and backwards walking animation. I thought it was worth noting. Granted, you really don't move around a whole bunch in this game just by walking, but I think it's a neat note. Moving into his dashes, his forward dash is actually really good because of the amount of space that it covers. As you can see, in about 2 dashes, I'm already in my opponent's face. His back dash actually doesn't cover that much range. In about 3 back dashes, that's how long it takes me to get full screen away from my opponent. Moving into his wave dash is actually pretty effective. As you can see, I can do it pretty quickly, and he actually gets across the screen pretty quick. Comparing that to his attack dash is actually much slower in my experience. If I do it too fast, I'll end up getting his medium attack, but as you can see, it covers a lot of range, so I think it's still pretty good. I think it's up to you guys to figure out which form of movement is best for you, because I really don't think one is any better than the other. Moving into his jumps are pretty par for the course for characters. It isn't too shallow, but it isn't too floaty. His dash jump does have a separate animation for it, but as you can see, it's pretty normal compared to a lot of the other casts. It's not nearly as good as like maybe Cats or Daishi's, but it's not nearly as shallow as somebody like Shadow Ranger. It's pretty normal. Moving into normal-based attacks, we have Standing Light here. It does hit twice, and it does advance you forward. I think advancing normals are always good. We have Standing Medium. Standing Medium is really good because of the range that it has and the fact that it hits twice. It hits from about the neutral starting position here. It's always a good button to throw out and is special cancelable. We have his Standing Hard, his Elbow Knee Crush. Not really much to talk about here. We have Crouching Light here. It's kind of stubby. You can't really rapid fire it. This is about as fast as it is. Crouching Medium, another good button for RJ. It hits from roughly right about here and is also special cancelable as well into full combo, and so on and so forth. And then we have Crouching Hard, which is his launcher. Now, I believe that RJ does not have any command normals. I didn't see any in the command list, excluding his launcher. If you guys notice anything else, let me know. Moving into his aerial-based attacks, we have Air Light here. Pretty quick, about your standard anti-air in the air button, air-to-air button. We have his Jumping Medium here. Now his Jumping Medium is his cross-up, but as you guys can see, it's kind of a shallow cross-up. It's not the best, but I guess it's better than not having a cross-up at all. Moving into Jumping Hard. Jumping Hard is interesting because it hits twice. He has a lot of moves that hit twice, but anyway, that's that. I don't really think it's like the best jump in. It's okay. He has okay air buttons. They're not like the most fantastic. Now, if we're talking about normals you're going to be using most of the time, let's recap. We have our Standing Medium and we have our Crouching Medium. These are going to be your main on the ground buttons just because of the range and hit confirmability of these normals. It's pretty much what you're always going to be throwing out and leads into full combo. If we're talking about aerial normals, once again, we went over his cross-up, shallow cross-up being his Jumping Medium attack. I think this is actually a better jump-in for him than his Jumping Hard, but Jumping Hard is also okay too. It takes a little bit of time to get used to, like the combo timing, just because sometimes this can hit once and sometimes it can hit twice, but just play around with it and you guys will get used to it. Let's move into throw here, which is comboable. Back throw, I believe you need like some help with assist and whatnot, because I haven't been able to convert anything from that, but if you guys have, let me know. But as far as I'm aware, that needs a little extra help. Moving into EX. So his EX is actually very interesting because it actually comes in 2 parts. You have part 1, where you just do it normally, it leads to a crumple state. It's pretty good for the beginning of combos, like for instance, if your opponent's pressuring you and you want to get them off, you hit them with that, put them in the crumple, and then you can get full combo. So it really takes his EX a cut above. And that way, because you actually don't need assist or anything, you just do it and then you just go crazy from there. And then you have part 2. If you hit the EX buttons again right after you do it, I like to mash it because sometimes it doesn't come out, then you actually get the rest of it. And that's what it is. That part, I believe, is better utilized for the end of combos when you're about to cash out your damage. You double tap that or mash on it, and then you go into super. for some pretty good damage. Now, of course, it's like a Shoryuken, Shinryuken type dealie, so it's a good anti-air, but also has another interesting property. Check this out.
This is the courage of a wolf, Lunar Cyclone.
It can actually suck you in, so even though you won't get as much damage, the fact that you can actually do it from right about here, you can just suck people in, they might not actually see that coming, so just a nice little tidbit for you guys. Alright guys, now that we're done talking about normals, let's go ahead and move into RJ's special moves. And of course, we'll start with neutral special. This is probably the most important special move for RJ, and it is going to be the Wolf Wheel. If you press the special button, he'll throw out this ring right in front of him, which is really good for controlling space, because we also have a number of follow-up options that we can do. We can do back special after we do neutral special, and he'll punch the ring across the screen. This is actually really dangerous for RJ, because as you guys can see, his crouching medium is one of his OTGs, and we can just do that in the launcher and go into full combo from there, which makes it very dangerous. Next up, we have the forward special option, where he'll basically go up in the air and he'll chuck the ring downward, leading into a ground bounce. Which also leads into full combo, which is really nice. Another cool thing about this move is, let's have Mastodon Sentry jump here. It actually bounces, so you can actually hit people in the air. It's actually pretty good for coverage. So really neat stuff all around. It does have some mild anti-air capabilities. I've not been able to do it consistently, but just so you guys know, the option is there. Alright, let's go ahead and move into forward special. Forward special gives him this lunging type maneuver. This gives him an extra layer of mobility, as you guys can see here, which you can also use for cross-up opportunities because he can do normals and specials out of this leap once he actually goes to the thing. Once he's at the top of the arc, you can actually start pressing buttons. So pretty cool options for RJ. Moving into back special, we have the backswing bite. As you guys can see here, he will just rear back a little bit and then he will do a straight punch. But this punch is no ordinary punch. It does have some pretty interesting properties, which we'll go over right now. For instance, number one, we can delay it. So we have this, and we can also delay it, play some games with our opponent, and we can also dash cancel out of it. So if we're holding it, we can double tap the back button to dash out of it backwards, or we can double tap forward to go forward, which can allow us to play some mind games kind of like this.
Too easy.
Do a little shimmy action right there. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about with backswing bite is the fact that it is chargeable. You can hold this as long as you want, but once his fists start glowing purple, if you let it go, you actually get the ignition knuckle, which leads into a wall bounce and a hard knockdown, which you can follow up with a crouching medium off the ground hitting slide into launcher. So that's actually a pretty cool option for him. You can hold this as long as you like, and another cool thing about this is that he actually is completely projectile invincible when he is in this state. And just like how we can dash cancel out of this when we're not charging it, once he's fully charged, we can do the same thing. And as you can see, he will actually hold the charge as long as he has it, and you can just press back special again to let it rip. Now, let's go ahead and demonstrate this projectile invincibility for you guys. We're going to have Mastodon Sentry help me out here with some gunshots. And play that back. As you guys can see. And once he's fully charged, the punch also has projectile invincibility as well. Into full combo, and so on and so forth. Now, a really neat property about this move is the fact that when he's glowing like this, hold on, let me actually get the glow, there we go. We can actually tag out, and he'll actually keep the glow. And this is actually a really good segue into assist. So let's go ahead and talk about RJ's assist. So RJ's base assist is going to be his Wolf Wheel into his forward special option where he'll chuck it into the ground. It's actually a pretty decent assist. However,
I'm not finished yet.
If you hold the charge like this and you tag out, his assist becomes the ignition knuckle, which is actually pretty cool because it comes out quick and it goes full screen. So definitely a nice, very, very interesting move. And when you come back in, you still have it to use at your leisure. So definitely pretty cool stuff and a very high utility move for RJ. And I think that we have one more special move to cover, and that is going to be his Knee Crush. So Air Special is going to be Urian Knees. As you guys can see, it puts the opponent in a stagger state, which you can follow up for combos with. So pretty cool stuff there, but he also has another follow-up out of Air Special, where if you press Air Special again, he'll get the Wolf Crush, which is basically a Jaguar Kick, which also gives you combo opportunities. So if your opponent blocks the first one and they think you're thinking they're gonna run up on you, you can just press Special again and they'll get clipped by that, and you can just go into combos from there. So definitely really cool stuff for RJ. Okay, so now that we're done talking about special moves, let's go ahead and start moving into combos. We're going to start with our auto combos. Number 1 with lights. Got number 2 with mediums. And then we have number 3 with heavies. Now, a couple of notes for you guys. So first of all, let's talk about our light auto combo. As you can see, if you just do the light auto combo, it does not inherently combo all together. It does lead into an overhead that causes a ground bounce. But one important thing about this is the fact that there is a gap in between it means that you guys have to be ready to either counterattack, do EX, or just block high so you don't get hit by the overhead. Medium is a little bit tougher just because the overhead is faster. But just make sure you guys are aware that that is an overhead as well. Now, another property about this, which I actually didn't really like, but it just is what it is the fact that you can actually whiff cancel his auto combos. Same thing with medium. I don't really like this because it kind of promotes mashing, and I don't really like mashing, but it's here to stay, so just make sure you guys are on the lookout for that, and the fact that those lead into overheads. It's really scary, especially the light one, because it means you can basically fish from about 2/3 of the screen with an overhead. So, just be aware. Now, let's go ahead and start moving into our actual bread and butter combos. We're going to skip the easy combos just because, you know, a lot of easy combos are the same. You do a couple normals into a special, into EX super, that kind of stuff, right? But we're going to step it up a teeny tiny bit, move straight into our bread and butters. Now, when we talk about our bread and butter combos for RJ, there are a couple things you have to know how to convert off of. You have to know how to convert off of special into the ring punch. You have to know how to convert into special ring toss, air special, and throw. So we're going to go ahead and talk about all of these. Let's go ahead and start with our first option, which is anything that leads into special and then the back special option. I think standing medium is usually the way to go, your main combo starter. But basically what you're going to want to do is after you do the back special option with the hard knockdown, you will then do an off the ground hitting move, which is your medium slide. And then you'll go into launcher from there. From there, you'll land on the ground and do a well-timed crouching light into medium auto combo. Now, depending on how high your opponent is in the air whenever you actually connect with the medium part of the auto combo, you might have to stagger it a teeny tiny bit just so you actually get the hard knockdown again. So at this particular point, we should have something that looks like this. So, just like the first part, we'll then do another crouching medium for OTG slide, launcher, but from here, we'll do a crouching light, standing medium, and then we'll do standing hard. Now, if your opponent is already airborne, this will lead to a ground bounce. So basically, just like that. From there, we'll have enough time to do standing medium, and then from there, we will do another neutral special in the back special. Now, if you find you're having trouble connecting the standing medium after the standing hard, then just try and throw in an extra crouching light here. You shouldn't have any problems with your combo. So basically, this part, if you find you're having trouble with that part, then just do like another crouching light. Just like that. Now the final part of this combo is you'll jump up and you'll do the knee crush because that is also another OTG. From there, you'll do one standing medium into EX. And then of course you'll do the whole EX, so just smash it out. And you can go into super from there. So, that whole combo should basically look like this.
Incinerate wolf spirit rush. This is the courage of a wolf. Lunar cyclone.
So, pretty cool stuff, right? Yeah, you get all that damage, and that's combo's not even that difficult. Alright, now let's talk about his ring toss option. So this. So you can start it off the same way with your standing medium, but after you do neutral special, you'll do forward special. After that, you can do standing medium into back special, and then you can do another standing medium into back special. So basically you'll get this. Just like that. Once again, you kind of have to be in the corner by time you do like your first backswing bite, because if you're like, you know, not near the corner, then you won't be able to reach with the second part of it. But that you'll have that part. And then after you do the second backswing bite, you'll just do medium auto combo. So once again, now at this particular point, the ring toss uses up our ground bounce, so we will have to alter the later portions of the combo. But per normal, we will then do our crouching medium into launcher, crouching light, medium auto combo for the knockdown. We'll then do another off the ground hitting slide into launcher, and then from here we'll do crouching light, standing medium again, and then we'll just go straight to EX from there, and then we'll just wrap up the combo. So once again, we can start from standing medium and we'll get this.
Incinerate wolf spirit rush. This is the courage of a wolf. Lunar cyclone.
And there you go. So those are pretty much both of those options. Alright, now let's talk about how to combo from throw. I'm going to show you guys like the easiest option, because this option will work when you're outside the corner, and some of the other options are a little bit more corner specific. So basically what you'll do is after throw, you'll do your standing medium, and then from there, you'll do neutral special into the back special option, and the combo just proceeds like the very first combo that we did, where we'll do OTG slide into launcher, light into medium auto combo. We'll do it again. And we'll just get that whole number. So if you guys want to go and review the first bread and butter combo that I did, you guys can check that out, and then you can just incorporate the throw with it, because it's literally the exact same combo. Alright, now let's talk about how we do follow-ups from the knee crush. The knee crush puts you in a stagger state, which gives you plenty of time to run up and do your standing medium. So from here, you can do standing medium into standing heavy into backswing bite, and then you can just proceed to do the combo as normal. Like, you can do standing medium into this, or you can just go into the medium auto combo, so it'll be in the air, and then you can just go that route. So basically, you'll get something that looks like this.
Incinerate wolf spirit rush. This is the courage of a wolf. Lunar cyclone. Victory.
So yeah, basically, don't get hit with the knee crush, and you guys will be fine. And so that will pretty much do it for all of our intermediate combos. We talked about throw, we talked about knee crush, we talked about both of our options from the ring. So let's move into our advanced combos. And there's only going to be one advanced combo that I'm going to go over with you guys. And what makes this combo advanced is it basically involves link-based timing with the backswing bite. So after the backswing bite, with proper timing, you actually do have enough time to actually sneak in a crouching light, as you guys can see right there. It's pretty tough to time though. But that's one thing that you guys will want to practice in order to make this combo work. But basically what will happen is you can actually do this from either a jumping medium, or you can do this from a standing light, but you'll do standing light, the first hit of standing light, the first hit of standing medium, and then you'll do backswing bite from there. So you'll get this. Or you'll get... Now, you will have enough time, your opponent will be in hit stun long enough for you to do another first hit of standing light, first hit of standing medium, into backswing bite. So you'll get something that looks like this. So that's what you'll get. And if your opponent is in the corner by this point, you will have enough time to do another series of, you'll do standing light, the first hit, you'll do your full standing medium, standing harm, which will knock them in the air, and you'll do another backswing bite. So basically this part looks like this. That's basically what you want. Let's try that again. And then from there, the combo just kind of proceeds as normal. You do your crouching light into your medium auto combo, into slide launcher, and then you'll be able to do it again, and then the rest of that combo proceeds as the very first combo, bread and butter combo, that I showed you guys. So altogether, you should have something that looks like this. Now here's where the last part of the combo comes in. As you guys can see, as opposed to doing like the full standing medium into EX and then letting it rock, we will do the first hit of standing medium and then we'll just do EX, just like that. Because at that particular point, after I do the knee drop for the OTG, if I do the full standing medium, they'll flip out of the combo. So the next part of this combo, like I said before, you'll do the first hit of standing medium, and then you'll do EX. Now, the next part of this combo, what you'll do is you'll call Draken. But there's a very special way that we have to do this. We actually have to take a small step forward, because Draken will actually appear where you are. And he actually, from the corner, RJ actually, he takes a pretty big step back when he does his backswing bite, as you guys can see right here. So we actually need to take a smidgen of a step forward. So basically, after we do the knee drop, we'll actually go like this. Just a slight tap forward, and then we'll do back special to put Draken in the right spot. And then we'll be able to follow it with Ignition Knuckle. So basically, that part will look like this. I'll try and demonstrate this last part. And you'll wait for the Ignition Knuckle to charge. And the good thing about the Ignition Knuckle is that it actually charges pretty quickly. So by time you actually hit the opponent up in the air with Draken, after taking that smidgen of a step forward, you'll be able to have your fully charged Ignition Knuckle. We will then do one final OTG slide into Super. So altogether, this combo should look like this.
This is the courage of a wolf. Lunar Cyclone. Forfeit time.
Now once again, you can also get this combo by doing jumping medium into the first hit of standing medium, like that. You can start it off that way. It's a little bit tougher, but you can do that and you'll be able to get that extra damage and get over that 1,000 damage mark. And that will do it for all of the combos that I will show you guys today with RJ. Alright, now, let's move into RJ's game plan. And if you guys haven't figured it out by now, then honestly, I really don't blame you, because RJ's game plan is not really as set in stone, like straightforward as like some other characters are, or as you would think. I mean, you would think because of the Muay Thai stance and the fast dash and the overheads and stuff like that, that he'd be clearly a rushdown character. But honestly, because of all of RJ's tools, you can actually play him in a multitude of different ways just because of his various mobility options, and most importantly, because of this. His Wolf Wheel, and in combination with other assists, allows him to play a more zony defensive style and be able to react to what your opponent does based on where they are on the screen, where this actually inherently of itself is actually kind of slow and can actually get him zoned out by other characters who are better with zoning, like maybe Mastodon Sentry or like Gia, for instance, but that's where you use like your assists. So for me, I like using Movie Blue in combination with RJ in order to control space, and you can also do some fakes, like just throwing this out and watching what your opponent is going to do, and then mixing that up between doing this in the ring toss and then this in the ring punch will give you a lot of screen control with RJ. And like I said, doing this and then doing this lead to some easy combo opportunities for RJ. So just hitting those raw will get you some pretty good damage. But also using that in combination with his good normals, like his standing medium and his crouching medium, just seeing what your opponent does with this is a pretty solid game plan for RJ. Now, if you do want to go the more rushdown route, you can actually do that with RJ as well, because his medium combo is an overhead, and in combination with a good assist to keep it safe can give you some pretty good options. So let's say I do the first part, and then I do like the second part, I can call assist afterwards to kick my opponent in block stun, and then I can do standing medium again, into ring toss, I can do standing medium into lunge overhead, so you can do stuff like, you know, assorted things like that. His backswing bite allows him to do fakes and whatnot, so you can do like some shimmy opportunities for throw. You know, giving you some opportunities from that. So RJ is kind of, I would say, an all-rounder type of character. He has a lot of assorted tools to kind of cater to your playstyle. He's got good buttons, he's got a serviceable projectile that allows you to control space, and in combination with other assists will really allow you to kind of play RJ as you see fit. Me personally, I like to try and rush down with him, but you know, over time, who knows? Maybe that will change. But either way, guys, that will do it for this character breakdown featuring RJ. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and I'll be back at you later with future videos. This is Parker Lad, and I will see you guys next time.